Good morning, YouTube. Well, I'm here to talk about Empire episode. This is what is it? This is season 3, episode 10. So they pick up where they left off for the spring premiere. Okay. So obviously these episodes were filmed before. They probably filmed them all at the same time because Becky. This is before she had her surgery, and she looks different now. But okay, so this scene opens with. Oh, one more note. Stylist for Empire. It's time for Lucious Lyons to lose that perm. this, this is not 1976 or 1982. He needs to get a fresher look. I mean, he's supposed to be the king of hip hop. Anyway, okay, so it opens up this thing. They got this big production going on. It's called Inferno, so this new project that Lucious is doing. He introduces the song, so he does a talking piece in the beginning of the song. And Remy Ma does the performance. It's good. It's they got all kind of dancers. It's a great big old production. Okay. Jimmy, stop, stop. The dog's a carpet muncher. Anyway, a carpet scratcher. Oh wait, oh excuse me. He's a carpet scratcher. Okay, so at some point, Cookie comes on. She declares war with Lucius. They're going to fight over the running of the company again. He said, "You want war, Cookie?" Fire the first shot. Right about that time, she disappears backstage and brings Lucius's mother onto the stage at the end of this performance. Now, Lucius has been telling the world that his mother's dead. I thought they dealt with that last season, where the mother made an appearance. Maybe she only made an appearance to the employees or something like that. Anyway, so reporters are interested in her. So Leah, that's Lucius' mother, comes on stage and she's starts talking slow. From what I remember, last season she had kind of come out of her stupor and they were kind of scheming together. But now she kind of getting kind of dull with it again. So anyway, this is Cookie's uh, first shots in this war they're about to enter into. I guess they have they're joint CEOs right now, and both of them want to change that. Okay. Okay, Xavier. Xavier is the I don't know, is he a Jewish guy, Italian, something like that. Anyway, he's the head of A&R, right? And they're in a meeting. Becky and him don't get along. Becky wanted that job. She deserves it, and Lucius brought in some money from the outside. So Becky roars up at him about some situation in the meeting, and after the meeting, he threatens her and says, "If you speak against me in front of the boss again, I'm gonna fire your ass." So war number 2 goes to red battle. Okay, Angelo still okay. Angelo is still with Cookie and still running for mayor. um, so we remember last season that they brought up this case where he was in a car accident. He was drunk driving, and a girl ended up dead. Well, he's been pretty much cleared of that now. But Lucius has decided he's going to war with him because over Cookie. Because even though he don't want Cookie to be his wife, or so he says, he don't want him to have her either. So he decides to back the one he's running against. So he goes and makes this announcement at in the lobby of Empire. The guy didn't get a speaking part, but he shows this other mayoral runner. He endorses him and says that he is offering $300,000. Lucius is offering $300,000 for information that will help convict Angelo of killing this girl. So he really is serious about getting rid of Angelo. Uh, Jamal's in rehab, of course. Okay, he meets a friend there. Her name is Tori Ash. I know the way that they do Empire. She's probably a popular singer somewhere. I don't know who she is, but she's obviously an established entertainer because she can sing. She's got a very very nice voice. Anyway, they're in rehab together, Jamal and her, and so the family goes to visit uh, Jamal, Cookie, all of them, Andre, Akeem, and then Lucious shows up as well. Okay, they obviously they get there and they turn the place out. They have this ghetto thing that just won't seem to leave them alone. So it doesn't matter if it's a black tie affair or a Merrill run or whatever it is, they're bringing the ghetto to the party. They get in there and they start arguing in the rehab center. And also, there's a little bit of the girl has kind of got a smart mouth. She's a star or a faded star. She gets into it with Cookie there. All right. The next thing that happens is so they get in a big fight there. Cookie and Lucious. Uh, okay. Thirsty's got information. He's got a snitch inside of the somebody working with him inside the FBI. So he's out having him a hot dog, and this FBI person, comes and gives him a piece of paper, and on the paper it says Frank Gathers. So what she's telling him is that they're back on Lucious about this Frank Gathers murder, and so uh, uh, Thirsty and Lucious had to figure out who this rat is, who's going to testify against him in this case about Frank Gathers. Okay, because he ordered the murder, but other people performed it, and apparently most of the guys who performed it are dead, or in jail or something else. But there's one who is not in jail. He's working in a restaurant, and apparently he's the one that the FBI is using against Lucious. They find this out. They go and kidnap the man's mother. They don't kidnap her. She don't know that she's being detained. But they go and get her out of her rest home and hold her. And then they show up at the man's restaurant. He can see that they have his mother. So he's instructed that he is not going to snitch about this case. That Lucius has kept his part of the bargain. He's taken care of her in her home. He took care of his daughter who died of leukemia, but he was there for her hospital bills. He did all he's supposed to do, and now he's going to keep his side of the bargain, and he's going to come up missing. That works. As far as I know, that storyline is dead. Tariq is the one, his half brother, who keeps trying to get him. His bosses tell him, okay, that's it. We're not gonna waste no more money on this case. The case is dead. You crossed the line when you did not inform us this was your half brother that you were attempting to prosecute. So, you know how Empire does it. Storyline flashes and then it's over. So, from what I can tell, it's over. Excuse me. Okay. This thing with Andre. All right, we know Andre is with Nessa. He's still with Vanessa. Her brother is Shine. Okay, there's a meeting in a parking garage between Shine and Andre, where Andre reiterates. Well, Shine is an impression. Okay, he wants to take over Lucious's company. He wants his position. And so he's saying, you're never going to get it now with this new project, this new Inferno thing. It's hot. And he's going to be on the top of his game. And Andre gets to get him straight. He said, I did not tell you I want to take over his job at Empire. What I told you is I'm going to kill him. They don't fix that up or nothing. They leave just like that. I'm going to kill him. So this is going to be on the back burner probably through this whole thing. That'll probably be the climax. What happens with all that? I don't think Lucious likes to get killed. Um, okay. Okay, Nessa. There's a performance. Nessa. Sometimes I call her Nessa. Sometimes I call her Vanessa. That's the way it is in the show. Basically, she's called Nessa. Anyway, so she's doing this performance, right? Choreographed performance, big thing. I guess they're at Leviticus again. And during the performance, Hakeem and Tiana show up and they join her on stage, unbeknownst to her now. So as they're performing on stage, the girls start to push each other, and they start whispering little naughties as they're passing in this dance routine, whatever. And at some point, threats are made, and the next thing we know, Nessa is pushing Tiana off the stage, and then she's on her. There's a big cat fight, and all the Africa Americas go around standing on murder. Let them fight, let them fight. They're supposed to be big stars. Anyway, let them fight. And as the fight is going on, this is a play. This is a play by Cookie to ruin Lucious's performance, because Lucious is taking sides with Nessa. Cookie is taking sides with Akeem and Tiana. Okay, as they're having this fight and nobody's breaking the fight up, they're encouraging them to fight. Weaves are being pulled out, extensions are being pulled out. They get a call. And Cookie takes the call. She comes and tells Lucious that that Jamal is missing. So he's left program. Him and this girl, Tori, both gone. So they start making the rounds. Jamal's old boyfriend, the producer guy, studios where he been known to frequent. They do find him in one of the studios where he's recorded before. They push the guy around, the producer, the owner, studio owner around a little bit. He says they're in Studio One, so they go up there and they walk in to kick some more ass, and they hear them singing. This is Jamal and Tori, and both of them stop in their tracks. Towards the end of the song, they bust into the studio. Of course, Cookie and this Tori snap at each other a little bit again. Well, that doesn't turn into a full-out fight. It's just a little bitchiness between those two. And Jamal convinces them that he does not need to be in rehab. He needs to finish his music. This is where his peace is. Now, Jamal was not like a street addict. After he got shot, they put him on painkillers, and he got strung out on the painkillers. So, and I think that's a little different than him just being a full-blown drug addict. I mean, I guess it didn't really matter how you get involved, but that was his situation. He started taking these pills because he was in pain. He got hooked on the pills, so he's off the pills now. He convinces him he don't need to go back to rehab. He's fine. But I don't know about Miss Tori because she did have an extensive career, past with these drugs, where she ended up being a heroin addict and just roving in public places, and apparently her life was a real mess. So, and she's with him. So we have to see what goes on with that. It's kind of how they leave it with that. Next thing happens. Okay, Xavier. Okay, Thirsty. Oh, I know why they call him Thirsty, because he was so ambitious to be involved with Lucious. So his character is Thirsty, so the name fit. Anyway, Thirsty has been promising Becky not to. Becky's want help her get rid of Xavier. She don't can't stand him, and he says, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it." Well, he does take care of it. During one of these meetings, Xavier fires. Lucius fires Xavier because some information he got from Thirsty. So Becky's all happy now. Oh, he got rid of the motherfucker. Yeah. So she's sitting there. Now Lucius is going to announce who he's going to replace uh, Xavier for. See, Becky almost made it before. She was up for that position before, and she lost out to Xavier. They brought him in. So now that Xavier's gone, it's in the bag. As far as she's concerned, now she's going to be the head of A&R. So he starts off with one of these, these Hollywood type speeches where, they always prop up one person and give it to somebody else. But this is what happens. She's all smiling, low T smiling because now she knows she's going to get this great job. And she knows the Thirsty has made it happen. But he makes this big speech, this little speech about how wonderful and loyal this person has been. And he said, the new head of A&R, my wife. so it's his wife. Damn, what's that girl's name? Damn, I forgot his name. Her name. Girl, you ain't making a big impression. Anyway, Lucious' wife. It's been a few months. I forgot the girl's name. We know who it is. Lucious' wife. The one who had the baby. I don't know why I lost that. That happens to me sometimes. Forgive me. Anyway, so he brings wife in. And Becky her face is just, you can just see her face just melting. Pick up your face, Becky. Pick it up. Pick it back up, honey. Hold your head up. Don't let them see you sweat. What is Anika? Damn, I don't know why that happens, but it happens. I don't know. It'd be all these damn dope. I'm on a lot of drugs. Maybe not illicit drugs, but all this shit I take to stay healthy. I think it messes with my memory sometimes. So Anika, they brought her back. She didn't get no speaking part in this episode. He just brings her back, and Cookie is livid. She's so livid, in fact, that because she hasn't been the primary character in this particular episode yet. Okay, so she comes back and visits Lucious, right? And they see her walking in. Everything in there is all glass, the offices and things. She's walking in, and then right before she gets to him, the baseball bat appears, and she starts swinging around and knocking. She just destroys his office. All the gold records she worked on, all the first is just gold records and things, projects she worked on, and then projects that happened when she was in jail, and then she just starts tearing shit up. And so he's coming after her, and she ain't running. She's not running, but as long as she got that bat in her hand, he comes for her and whack. He hits him upside the head. She hits him upside the head, so he's dazed, right? So we think, now we're gonna have this situation where Lucious is gonna jump on Cookie. He even tells the security man, because he's sitting there, I don't know what to do, because these are the bosses. Ain't too much, but he can do. And so he sends him home. Lucious sends the security man home. And she is got on the elevator. He just missed her. She gets up on the other floor, and she's no longer just working on the records. She's destroying everything in sight. Breaking out windows, plate glass windows, and all this kind of stuff. So Lucious, we think, okay, Lucious is going to jump on Cookie. We ain't never seen him hit her. He gets right on top of her like this, and then she's crying. They're in love with each other. I mean, they were each other's first love kind of thing. So they are still connected. I guess he can't handle that when she starts crying. She's hurt, and you know what happens. They end up in embrace. Now he's moving towards the panties and all that, but it's a passionate kiss, love scene kind of thing, makeup scene. but she don't let him go and visit the kitty. At least not just yet. And that's pretty much where we leave it. Okay, so Empire's off with a bang. I love this show. One of my favorite shows. Um, yeah, so it's a good episode. I enjoyed it. And I'll check back in with you next week. Later.